It is Saturday, the 5th of May, 2019. This is unplanned, but going to be a great live stream. What we're doing here is the Poloniex margin trading analysis. I'm not affiliated with Poloniex, but I trade on their platform, and so I'm going to do some videos reviewing the margin trading markets over on Poloniex. If you find this interesting, be sure to hit your thumbs up button and subscribe. I'll start off with our disclaimer. This is not financial advice. It's my own market observations. And I don't have the next scene ready. We'll just jump right into the show. What we're looking at here is the altcoin market cap over time through the month of April, all the way till now. Downtrend, not so good. Look, but this is pretty good. Bitcoin this is the Bitcoin dominance chart, showing that it is crushing the alts. It's becoming more and more dominant. And we'll take a look at these as we go along, because we don't care which way it goes, we just want to know which way it's going. We're going to dig into all of the cryptocurrency markets on Poloniex that are available for margin trading. So if you are in the United States, you can't do margin trading. Each show we're also going to take a look at the lending markets on Poloniex, and we're going to talk about my double dipping strategy. If you don't know what this double dipping strategy is, I recommend that you purchase my book. It's on sale right now, and there's a link down in the description below. You can go to digitalcurrencytraders.com and get the book. I'll explain more about that as we go through. So I'm going to take a look at those interest rates, and I want to recommend also that you click on the link in the description below for CoinLend. Go through my referral link. It's a very inexpensive program. It's not going to be a moneymaker through the referral program, but I'm going to refer to this every single day because look at what CLAM interest rates are paying right now, 31% per year. And CLAM has been on an uptrend for, I don't know, 2 months. Bitcoin lending rate today is standing at 2.99% per year. Bitcoin Cash, Dash, and all of these interest rates are just terrible. It's not worth putting your money into something like this and having it locked up at this kind of interest rate right now in altcoins, especially when we are seeing altcoin market cap slipping away. So all the altcoins are going down and Bitcoin dominance is going up. So we'll pay attention to these lending rates as the markets move, and we'll talk about how the market in the margin trading is affected or affects the lending rates and vice versa. So let's start off. We're going to go through this alphabetically each day just so that we have the same routine. We'll start off with Atom, work our way through these. I don't know if I have SB around, but we'll take a look at these. Here's Atom prices. So earlier this morning I posted in our Discord chat the top formation break was occurring in Atom. At the same time as you can see in the background, Bitcoin is doing something. It's a compulsion, but I have to bring up Bitcoin. Zoom right into the 3-day. That's a top formation. There's our wedge that we were talking about this morning. The relative strength index was diverging from the prices. We saw the on-balance volume was weakening. This was pretty good sell signal right there as well in Bitcoin. So Atom, now we had the sell signal out of this right here today. And the reason that it was a sell signal is the 1, 2, 3 top formation at a double top range, when we're seeing that there was good buying volume here coming into this range, but no buying volume supporting this top range here. So as it's coming up and we're seeing this dumping right at the double top, no volume coming in to support it, it just can't sustain it. The price just can't sustain. So there's our short opportunity. And when you're shorting on Poloniex, you're going to use what is available in the lending market for Atom. And the lending market for Atom is at 14% per year right now, 0.03% for 0.04% for a 24-hour loan on this. And this is really important to pay attention to. As the prices are going up, paradoxically, all of the interest rates for all of these will be going up as well. So when we're in a bull market, the interest rate for all of these will be going up. And the reason is people are taking on short positions and they are borrowing this to sell that short position, and they're paying this interest rate. So we'll pay attention to what Atom interest rates are, lending rates are, as prices move over this period. So we see that the interest rates are up, so a lot of people are taking short positions and they are driving up those interest rates by using up those coins. And we'll watch to see if that interest rate is dropping off when prices hit down here. We know that the short sellers have closed their positions and we're probably going to see a rebound. Part of the insight of these markets is that we get to watch what the interest rates are. We get to watch them day by day, and it gives us a real insight into what's going on behind the scenes with these markets. And I'm really keen, I'm very excited to do this stream each day so that we can see what's going on with these markets. And I'm going to use these same 3 indicators each day. If you think that there should be a different indicator, if it's not clear, hey Max, good to see you here. Oh God, be careful shorting an alt. Oh no, there's a time to short it, there's a time to go long. So Max, if it is not clear, be sure to click on the little gear icon on the bottom right hand side of your screen and adjust the resolution. I don't know why, but sometimes it streams low budge. Okay, so there's Adam finished. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 markets. If we do 1 minute each market, a killer, that's fast, blah, 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 talking. Then it'll take 20 minutes a day to go through this stream. And I want it to be fast. I don't want to talk for an hour. Here's another top formation breaking down lower. And Bitcoin SV, what is this, ABC? Bitcoin ABC lending rates are nothing. Like they're very, very low. So taking a short position is extremely inexpensive on Poloniex right now. If we can get the right timing, of course, it's a good idea. It's very cost effective to go short in these markets. What am I looking at? 15-minute bars. I'll leave it there and just keep going through these indicators. I don't have time right now to go for too much longer. So this was a bottom formation and a killer for people who are buying breakouts on bottom formation strength. This is really an important moment to have your risk control rules ready every single time you buy on a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breakout. The bots know about it and they are out there to get you. So as soon as you poke your nose up there, they are snipe shooting you and they're going to hit your stop losses. So be very careful about that. Let's watch for these divergences in these indicators as prices are going up out of a 1, 2, 3 bottom. So here again we've got, oh, that's the wrong market. No wonder it looks the same. Okay, here again we've got the crossover here, we've got the crossover here. Wrong indicator. Potential 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breakout. Here's the bottom, there's the downtrend line break. Here's our 1, 2, 3 bottom. Here is the breakout there, and the biggest danger in a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation breakout is that it is a fake out breakout and it's going to come back and get you. So let's watch these indicators to make sure that when we're doing a bottom formation, we've double checked these indicators to show that the divergence is in our favor and not wishy-washy. There should be no wishy-washy in there. There doesn't need to be. What we have to do is wait. Bitcoin is doing that sell order that we put out this morning on our Discord chat as well. BitShares. I'm going to start at this indicator now and go to BitShares. BitShares is looking like it's weakening as Bitcoin has taken this step back. Over the long period of time, BitShares is down compared to historical prices in the recent times. So this has turned into a fail and it hasn't given us a bottom formation. There's nothing for us to trade here yet, but it is starting to show a change in momentum where we can see the RSI is diverging from it. What are we looking at? 12-hour bars. Let's go over here to the 12-hour bars, clear that off and go to BitShares. So, oh, it's just been, for the last month, it's been selling, 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 selling. You see this on balance, it's just been selling through that whole period. We had a nice swath of buying and it was all restricted to this one candle pretty much. Then we had a top formation, April 1st, boom, it all came down. Now we're watching for this to be switching. Bitcoin is switching, but this hasn't given us anything stable yet. In this chart, BitShares, now 12-hour view, it looks like it's diving. Even though this is looking more positive, BitShares is taking a dip right now as Bitcoin's coming down. So this has been a real difficult market for altcoin traders. Bitcoin's coming up, altcoins go down. Bitcoin's going down, altcoins go down. Bitcoin's going up, altcoins go down. Bitcoin's going down, altcoins go down. So we got to keep watching for this bottom formation in the alts. They can go down a lot more. We're not we're not breaking anything in the bottom, the downtrend for alts. So this wouldn't be a short position in Poloniex because it's too low. It may go lower. I guess if it's breaking to new lows, I don't have to think about it. I can take a short position at very minimal cost. The interest rates on this is nothing. And so if it is breaking to new lows and I'm trading versus Bitcoin, I would buy on a break to new highs. But I'm also not seeing this divergence, so I'll go on to the next market now. Clam coin, looking at the RSI. Clam coin has been interesting to me because of this tightening triangle going on here inside candles and inside candles for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 days. And so it's going to really move. It's been really matching Bitcoin. Now, what am I looking for to give me insight on the trade? I'm going to grab a line and say this higher highs here, but the RSI isn't higher. We've got higher RSI back here and lower RSI here. Then we'll go to the next indicator and we'll go over to Clam and look at the run up it's done, and the on balance volume is not supporting further. So we've got some volume, we've got some, and then we just don't have it here. So this consolidation now is a short trade opportunity. On a break below these levels, that's a short trade opportunity. The indicators are giving me that look underneath with everything else dropping and Bitcoin dropping and the position that we're in right now. Let's go over to Clam and see what this is really definitely something that I am mentally doing a paper trade short on that market from this position. Let's tune in tomorrow and see where that market actually turns out, because the short positions on Clam are not as cheap. If we go to Clam and we look at the interest rates, it's 26% per year or 0.07 per day. So if you're going to be holding this for 4 or 5 days, okay. But if you get stuck in a position that goes up a little bit against you and you're paying this 27% interest per year on it, that's worse than a credit card. That's expensive and nothing compared to what these interest rates actually get to. So tune in, be sure to subscribe as we go through these. Dash, 1 year view, we can see this cup with handle. If it pulls up from here, we see that the RSI is ticked up on the dailies. The RSI is looking good, a nice divergence at this point right now for this very short time frame. Let's go to the 12-hour view of Dash, looking at the on-balance volume, still not picking up enough. When this does a break above these levels, note the language there, when, and we have on-balance volume going to positive, then this would be a long trade. Would I trade a short out of this on the breakdown? No, I wouldn't. I would, and I'll have to review that afterwards whether I would or not. But no, right now it doesn't fit into what but if I flip this chart upside down, oh damn right, I'd buy out of that, so why wouldn't I sell? Let's pencil that in. If it breaks down below that, I'm doing a paper trade sell on that. Dash, 3-month view. Okay, I would do a paper trade sell, but it is kind of looking like a bullish turnaround here with the RSI diverging. The on-balance volume was getting a little stronger. The MACD indicator has crossed over, so I'm not anticipating a short. These are not giving me that the feeling that we're getting more down from this. Instead, I think it's going to be going up. So I'll watch for that, but that's my prognosis. What's the interest rates on Dash? Nothing for going short on it. Now, to go long on Dash, you would have to pay your interest rates on Bitcoin. And there are only 1,700 Bitcoin available for the lending pool here. When that gets used up, the interest rates get driven up higher. And if you're in a long position in all of these markets, they're not going to support any kind of long position when there's only 1,700 Bitcoin available. As soon as the bull market starts and people start putting on long positions, the Bitcoin lending rate is going to go through the moon. If you are a conservative trader and you do not live in the United States, slip your Bitcoin over here, put them out on lending, go over to CoinLend and set up the bot, and that's it. You will slowly grow your Bitcoin without having any risk and not having to do anything on it. I love it. It's fantastic. Dogecoin just slipped down a Satoshi, even though the RSI is diverging on it and showing that it may be showing strength soon. It had slipped down, and the on-balance volume is showing that there's been some pretty significant selling in this. Less selling, less strength in the selling on this dip down, so now that it's come down to these historical support and resistance levels, maybe it'll hold there. No short below this for me, but I will wait to see if it turns around and breaks above these levels. This would be, certainly would be a long position, and you'd be paying in Bitcoin interest rates on that. So all of that, when we do the Bitcoin interest rates, it's going to be really important to pay attention to what we're paying on that. So here again, we've got a crossover. This is a 12-hour bar, so this is pretty good to see this crossover in the MACD. Let me clear that off and open this up because my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Now we get this crossover. If this weakens off, that's not so good, but overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing in Doge. Is not, no, I'm not liking it, but it's setting up. EOS, let's go to EOS in the Relative Strength Index, 3-month view. So the RSI is diverging from the price, even though the price is dipping down a bit. Let me clear this off and draw in some new lines because there's new lines to draw. This is a different shape, and that's bullish. That is bullish. I like it right there. Let's watch and see what happens with this over time, because if it does crack below that, then we are at historical support and resistance levels, and I'll have to pay attention to, I'm thinking that's bullish, but I want to pay attention if it cracks below that, whether or not I should be taking a short position. Let's check the interest rates on EOS. Why isn't this alphabetical? EOS, very little for interest rate, like you're paying nothing. Nothing at all for an interest rate. So if you were to go short in this market, nobody else is, it appears. Let's go to EOS on the on-balance volume. So it did get quite a bit of selling here. We're looking at the 12-hour bar view. Quite a bit of selling, but it's eased off even as prices have come down. So I like that prices have, that the selling pressure has eased off. Even though we're seeing lower lows here, lower, this is not as strong. That is also bullish. One more thing for EOS is the crossover of the MACD indicator. Even though this is coming down, now that's pretty good. So we're getting some bullish views out of this overall. Now let's go on to the next one. Ethereum Classic is now a margin traded market, and I wouldn't trade this one at all. It doesn't give me a sell signal. Maybe it does give you a sell signal because it's at these lows, but because it's at these lows, I don't want to sell now. If it's at a high and making a top formation, that's when I'm going to be looking for those divergences in my indicators. But for now, I'm just going to sit back and nothing on this market, not even the next charts. Ethereum is a little bit of a different story. It is coming back to support and resistance levels, and I remember we got a fantastic trade entry out of this. Really great as it did this run up. Now, got to watch for it to do a turnaround and a conversion. There's nothing in this market I can do that doesn't fit in any of my trade strategies in Ethereum. Just take a look at the on-balance selling is stronger. So stronger here on the second wave, and it's lower. So nothing bullish there. And I'm not going to jump into a bearish, a short position out of this. That's not my sell position. This was a great one because of what a massive triangle this was. Even though I was super bullish and I was expecting it to go up, we really got our bell rung here on April the 1st. And paying attention to this, that it never was able to come back up and break this resistance after it came down, it broke. I was still bullish, but as it came up here and touched these and started to fade off, that should have whetted any of my fire for bull. Certainly, now we have to wait for it to do a turnaround. Let's go on to the next coin. Factum is a different story. So I want to watch this one and see what's going on the inside here with these indicators. It's not giving the buy signal quite yet. We're a little bit of a divergence here, but I'm stretching it on that. Let's go into Factum in the on balance volume. I like this. On balance, we're seeing a little bit of volume coming in there. Let's go to the 12-hour. Not quite showing up on the 12-hour time frame yet, but on the 4-hour time frame, we can see we're getting some volume, not enough yet. Could be a place to jump in, but it's not enough to confirm it for me and give me that Factum. Oh yeah, this is better. Looking at the 12-hour bar, and this is crossing over and showing strength. Nice to see. So, not a signal yet. Let's go on to Litecoin. That's looking like a top formation to me as well. Clear that off. It's looking like a top formation. I am searching for any kind of divergences. So we got lower, and that's not a divergence. They are not going opposite to each other. This is a bit of a divergence where we have nothing really jumping out to me. I like we've come to such great technical support and resistance levels, so then I can be watching these indicators as prices are doing anything on either side of this range. And I'll come back here and take a look at these indicators to see if they are giving me some confirmation, one side or the other, and it's not looking bullish right now. So we had good strength here, good steady strength, a good run up here, but then it's just been petered right off. There's no turnaround of new strength coming in yet on this. So then I'm more prone to be watching for a break below these levels, really key support and resistance levels. If we come down to these levels, I'll consider that as a place to short the market. Let's go take a look at the next indicator for this market. We're getting through them pretty good here. Crossed over, showing bullish. So I wasn't expecting that actually. I was expecting, as I was changing scenes here, that this would be one of the first to indicate more of a bearish view, but it's still crossing over here. The interest rates on Litecoin are nothing for a short position. So if this is breaking below, it's a lower risk to have the chance to borrow at that low interest rate. It's crazy. But if you're going long, you'll have to pay Bitcoin interest rates as this is breaking out. MadeSafe coin. We're looking at the relative strength index, and I'm wanting it to have a divergence. So I can, in my mind, I'm already fudging it, but when I draw the chart on there, it doesn't show the divergence I'm wanting to see. So I'm holding a bunch of MadeSafe coin. That's been my worst trade in my entire cryptocurrency trading, because I like the project so much, I override my own chart patterns to my own folly. Great examples, though, of what not to do. So here it is now, 1, 2, 3 bottom. It is giving a big sell here and some buying volume. So eventually we will see a bottom formation, or this entire project will just be scrapped. I'm thinking the bottom formation. It's a bit of a crossover. Not bad. No buy signal here yet. And it could be, but I'm going to wait for the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation to shape up and break out. And for this channel, I'm going to be paying more attention to the 4-hour bar exponential moving average crossover. And we'll talk more about the risk control rules as we get trades open in this. And we're talking about them hypothetically as though we've opened those trades. The MadeSafe shorting, of course, nobody's going short in this market right now. Actually, it should be a triple 0-1 if nobody was shorting it. Somebody's shorting it. Kind of crazy. Let's go back to our charts. We got 3, 4 more to do. STR fading off lower. RSI is not giving us any strength. There's no bottom formation here, so there's nothing I could make a trade on one way or another. It's not giving me a consolidation to make a decision out of. So there was a couple earlier, but not right now. And so I'll just go on to XMR. XMR is also down to where I can't make a trading decision in this market because it's not giving me enough of a formation on this 12-hour bar chart. Even on the 4-hour bar chart, we do have a trend line, we do have a parallel channel, sort of. And so if it's making moves out of that parallel channel where we have support and resistance before, it gives us a range to be starting to identify what to do, but still nothing either way on this one. Well, not true. If it breaks down below this, that is a short because of where it is compared to everything else. And we're in a downtrend. If it breaks down below that, I'll mark that as a short, and I may short it because let's go take a look at the interest rates to short this market. 0.1/1000% per day, 0.03% per year to short this market. So everybody thinks it's going up, which makes me believe it's probably going down. Let's go over to Ripple and see what's going on there. Ripple versus Bitcoin has been just pulverized after all of this super hype and all of the extra new news that was coming out about how it's changing the world of banking and trillions of dollars of money every day. Then it made this top formation and down it went. It was a tough one though. This was hard to be long or short all the way in this market. Really a killer one, and nothing for us to do yet. It's really got to give us a bottom formation. This may take a month before it shapes up into something. And I won't trade this market except with an extremely small position to start off with and build on that if I get the entry correct. So nothing to do in this one. Here's Bitcoin versus USDT over on Poloniex, and we can see our short recommendation there is working out well so far today. Now, I would stay short in this even if prices are coming back up unless they break higher than my stop. So now on a short position, I would have my stop just below my entry, and I'll be sitting back and waiting, expecting this bounce to come up and retest these levels before it goes down further. So now that we have broken that, I would be looking to sell more on a retest of this and showing more weakness. So there's my add-on to this trade. My initial entry, maybe with a very small position, waiting for it. I've got my stop loss set, so I'm okay. And then when this consolidates, if it comes up here and consolidates and starts to show weakness again, I'm going to check all my indicators and I'll add on to my short position. Might be my real, my full position by that time. So the lending rates for XRP, thank you very much for the reminder there, they're also nothing. All these lending rates are pretty much nothing. The only ones that are showing any kind of return right now for lending are Atom at 0.04, so you're getting a 14% per year. Nice, it's nice to have. If you're going to be holding Atom for a long period of time and you like that project, leave it out there lending and just forget about it. It'll slowly accumulate over the year as it's going up and down and up and down. Let everybody else do all the gambling. You are the casino slowly earning. You are the bank. Where else do you get to lend out at this kind of guaranteed interest rates that you never get a default on? I just love it. And then Clam has been fantastic interest rates for quite some time. If we go and we click on Clams here, it brings us up the interest rates. You can see it hit 5%, and that screwed up the rest of the chart, so you can't even see what the interest rates have been doing. Let me take that out of there. But they've been holding at 50, 30% per year now, all the way through the month of May, back earlier than that too. So back in March, it spiked up to the 5% levels, 1,500% per year interest rates. You never get that anywhere else. So if you leave your money in there and just leave it, you catch some of those big spikes and just slowly earn. Not all the markets are going to be doing this. The reason that Clam is up on this kind of interest rate is because of the uptrend. So if we look at this, could you have purchased Clams here and put them out for lending and ignored them, difficult to do on these kind of moves, you would have made phenomenal additional interest on this. And now as the interest rates start dropping down, paradoxically, prices will be dropping. So this is really an opportunity. When we see interest rates are low and prices are making a bottom formation, we can load up on the coin and put it out for lending and sit there and do nothing for the next months, let it collect up, and as it makes a top formation and the interest rates are dropping off, paradoxically, The interest rates are all high right up here as it's going up 50% per year, up to 1,500% per year. Interest rates are crazy going up. People are short and holding their short positions as the market goes up. They don't want to close their position. It'll turn into a loss. It's not a loss until you close your position, right? So those short sellers who are holding and paying that crazy interest rate, now finally they just can't take it anymore. It's hurting so bad they close their positions right at the top. So let's pay attention to this. Let's pay attention to those interest rates because watch it. We will watch it in this show. It's going to drop. The interest rates are going to drop as this top formation finishes itself. The psychology of trading playing itself out over and over again. It's wonderful stuff to watch. Hey, AOL Chandra, glad you could drop in and catch this. So that wraps it up here now for today. What I'm going to do is, because I do this for myself every day, I may as well take 20 minutes, run a live stream. If it's valuable for you, I'm honored that it can do something to help you. But really, this is selfish. I'm doing this for my own studies. I'm going to be shorting, and I trade margin trading on Poloniex, and I'm going to use this as my study for determining where I'm going long and short. And I recommend that you don't do that and follow my advice as to when to go long and short. Instead, go over to my website, go to digitalcurrencytraders.com, intro-to-cryptos.ca, download the free chapter to my book, or purchase the book on sale price right now, 80% off. Crazy. Then you'll have my trading system. You can learn my trading system and you can go through this stuff on your own. You don't need to follow anybody. This isn't rocket science. It really isn't. It isn't easy, it takes persistence, but it isn't rocket science. That'll wrap it up for today. I appreciate you guys being here. Max M, when you lend, is it automated or do you have to set the rates manually every time? If you use CoinLend and you click through my referral link down at the bottom, the lending is automatic. There are bots that you can set up. And the lending works on Poloniex, Liquid, Bitfinex, Robinhood, and Celsius. Upcoming platforms, BitMEX and Nexo. So this is really fantastic. So you put money into these exchanges, put them out into a diversified portfolio, set up your lending bot here, and you are finished. Your cryptocurrency investing set up for the next 5 years. Nothing to do. Best that you do nothing. Just let it completely build on automated interest. Sometimes you get these crazy interest rates, 55% per year for OX, Bitcoin Gold, I don't know who has that, but 41% interest, Clams 32%. This is on Bitfinex right now. Bitcoin is paying 23% per year interest. It's insane, especially when you look back 5 years from now and you say, I was making 23% interest on this stuff that is now worth $100,000 a coin. Do you know what? It's mind-boggling. So I'm glad you asked that question, Max. Fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to sign off here. I love doing these live streams. Great having you guys as an audience. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like and subscribe so that we get more of this going. You're welcome, Max. Great to have you along. I will sign off and play my exit music thing. Cheers. Bye for now.